The real estate business requires a lot of skills. One of them is being a great presenter. The very most important part of being a great presenter is the silent part. Yeah, it sounds strange, right? But it's the part where we listen, and we have to listen a lot more than we speak. So let's get into the parts of the presentation. Okay, first and foremost, be an authority. That's not just knowing the market, but knowing the intricacies of the market, knowing the intricacies and the conditions of all the homes that have sold in the area, what's sold around the block, what's sold down the street. Understand you have to know the hyper-local market of all those houses that sold, because every area in a town is not the same. There's different values attached. For the buyer, it could be, knowing the market, and because we simply don't know every town that we could go to. We could go way out of our area, but know something about it. Do more research, know social activities. Of course, we're going to know the schools, and we're going to know everything about that, but go as deep as you can. That's called being an authority. You're being real, and you're being relevant. The next thing I would talk about would be, sometimes our conversations with buyers and sellers can get off track. We must know how to redirect that. How do we do that? It can be asking a great question. The great question could be, for a seller, what's your ultimate scenario? What's the best possible thing that could happen when selling your home? They're going to say selling the house, but you'll go deeper with that. For a buyer, it could be, what are their wants and needs, but the reasons behind that. And that's what we get for listening. It could be children, could be anything. The next thing, which is really important, and you might laugh at me, well, you should, because it's humor. You got to have more humor in what you're doing. You can't have this monotonous tone, this monotone voice moving through a presentation and just reading it. Some of us have this strange tone where we talk a pitch higher or we talk a pitch lower. It's not real. It's salesy and it's cheesy. So be yourself. Have a personality. One of the other things that we must move along in this process is there's times we have to know what to say, how to say it, and when to say it. That can be the tough question. A tough question for a buyer could be, if they have must-haves, a list of must-haves in a house, but they have a location that they really want, will they give up some must-haves to be in the location that they want, a certain part of that town? For a seller, it could be anything from difficulty with finances or difficulty with the mortgage, and maybe it's a short sale, maybe it's not. But there can be intricate things you have to ask because you have to dig deeper, as I said earlier. And lastly, always go in with the end in mind. Okay, so you're saying, yeah, I know, I want to get the listing signed and I want to get an offer signed. That's not always all of it. Maybe it's the next appointment. Know the end in mind is really satisfying that customer and going and exceeding your expectations that the customer has of yours, the buyer or the seller. Remember, this is all done to the main point of listening, and I'll say that forever. Here's the point. Preparation, practice, and proficiency will make you a great presenter. My name's Dave Finale. Thanks for watching this video.